Hey everybody, Dan Cheadle here. If you are watching this video right now, it's because somebody sent it to you, and my guess is that you are part of our network or our group of people that is about to come into some sizable money. Now, this video is going to be short. I'm going to get right to the point because we have a lot of opportunities where we can get together and talk. So what we are going to be doing is setting up what we call a consortium. And a consortium is a group of people. There's no money involved. We're just a bunch of friends that we have a lot in common. And one of the big things that we have in common is that we are going to be managing a large sum of money and investments. Now, with that being said, I want to put it right out there. 89% of people that in the last 25 years have inherited money, large sums of money, won the lottery, millions of dollars, ended up bankrupt. It's a fact. You can go out, you can do your own homework, you can do your own research. Why did that happen? I think that you probably already can start coming up with some ideas. But typically what happens is people don't know what to do with money. They don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to take that money to turn it into more income that they live on. So you're going to hear me say this over and over again. You have to invest and then live on that income. You can't live on your millions of dollars that you inherit or you get from this coin business, from the XUSD, which is what we're working on. There's many different levels and tiers to this, but the bottom line is that the reason that they end up in bankrupt is because they don't understand that there's an end, right? There's an end to all of this. If you buy a house, a better house, and maybe you buy a lake house, and maybe you buy a nice boat, 30, 40,000 doesn't sound like a lot. But after a while, when you buy another car and another car, and you loan money out to friends, you give money away, you help your church, all of these things are wonderful to do. But then here comes Mr. Taxman. Now, many of you are of the frame of mind, and it's okay to believe that someday our tax system is going to change. It might go away. There's Nasara, Jasara, all of these things. I believe in all of it. I really do. I believe that our tax system is actually illegal, but we can't change that. You know, we can't fight Uncle Sam. We have to, unfortunately, go with what we know today. And so what I tell everybody is, yes, there's going to come a point in time where what we have is ours. We won't have to pay taxes on it. But in the meantime, we're part of the tax system. We have to pay our deal. 37%. Make a note of this. 37% of everything you pull out is an income that has to go to a part of your income that has to go to the IRS, unfortunately. So if I'm going to use myself as an example, if I have 11 million and I start pulling money out, when I move that to a bank account, it becomes taxable, right? And so now, how do I protect myself? Real estate. And I'm going to get into this because real estate is the only place that you can go to get amazing tax shelters. And we're going to talk a lot about that. I happen to know a lot about that because I've been in real estate. I'm actually a licensed real estate broker. I have been since 2000. I've been in real estate and development since 1985. So probably long before many of you were born. But let's go back to, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to real estate. I'm a real estate broker. I own Advantage One Realty. We have 25 agents, been with me for many, many years. We do okay. So how do we put this all together? What I'm going to do is tell you, don't touch your money right away. And you're going, what the heck, Dan? I can pull out 150,000 or 200,000 or what? No, no. Let's put the brakes on right now. I want you to be well protected before you do anything. And so the first thing you do is you set up a trust, a land trust. Mine is going to be called DC Land Trust LLC. Now, why do we have to do a trust and LLC together? I don't want to get into it now, but attorneys will love you to death because if there's ever any legal issues, they're going to go, man, am I glad this guy set you up right, that you've got a trust and an LLC working together in the same language. All right, there's a reason for that. We'll get into that later. But I'm going to have you can set up Don and Betty's. You can set up Debbie's Land Trust LLC. You can set up um, I Love Drummond Island Land Trust. You can do whatever you want for a name. It doesn't matter. But step one is you need to set that up. Step two is where do I go and how do I do that? I'm going to help you with that. Okay. I just happen to know, and I'm going to give you some input here. And this is very, very important. I don't care if you're in Pennsylvania, California. I don't care if you're in New York. One of the best places to do this is in Michigan. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because you can do it for 50 bucks. You don't need an attorney. I can provide you with templates and everything else. I can provide you with a consultant. I can tell you exactly how to do it. And the third thing is it only takes 3 days to get it all set up. And then you're going to get your EIN from the IRS, and you get your documents together. Then you go set up your bank account, and now you are in business. And now when you pull money out and you're going to put it in a bank, you don't put it in your personal account. Never, never, never put it in your personal account. Why? Because now you can that's get taxed by the government at 37% right now. All right. And you don't want that. So what we want to do is protect you. And so the way to protect you is you put that money into your business account, which is your, in my case, DC Land Trust LLC. All right. That's where the money's got to go. And then from there, I can manage it, and I'm going to start getting, what do we call, deductions. And there's a lot of things that we can do to do deductions. For example, you could buy a car. You remember now you're already thinking, well, I got that beater. I can't wait to replace that beater. You know, I got 145,000 miles on that thing, and it's worth about $3,000. I'm going to just sell it. Look, that's fine. Sell the car. That's okay. Take the $3,000 and run. But when you buy a vehicle, you're going to have your land trust buy the vehicle. Your land trust is going to own the vehicle. Why? Because it becomes 100% expense to your land trust. It's 100% deductible. All right. Anybody can tell you that. My CPA loves me because sometimes I come to him and he'll look at my stuff and go, what I did for the year when I do my taxes. He'll look at it and go, wow, you know, did anybody consult you? No, I just happen to know that because I've been doing this for years and years and years. And he'll go, you know, you and I need to maybe do a seminar together, go teach my other, 2,000 customers, because they come to me and they make all these dumb mistakes. They go buy cars, they delete. So bottom line is you're going to start to learn that your land trust is like another person, and it will not have as much tax liability as you do. And we'll be able to expense and do deductions through it. So does that make sense? So what I'm going to be encouraging everybody to do, if you are part of our consortium and you're joining our consortium, we're going to be talking about this stuff. Maybe not every week, but we're going to start doing meetings every week. We're going to, at least as often as we can. And I'm going to start coaching people on what to do. But you want to go to Michigan. You're going to go to michigan.gov, and you're going to do a search, an entity search for your name, make sure it's available, and then we'll show you how you can secure that name. It's 50 bucks. Boom, you're done. You only have to pay that one time, by the way. And then each year you just pay the $25, which is your annual report renewal. We'll get into that later as well. So hopefully this all is going to help you make sense and at least protect yourself. And then when we get rolling, if you guys need help as far as going to michigan.gov and securing your LLC and setting up your thing, I can certainly coach you on that. And by the way, this is all free because we are all, as we go forward in this consortium, we're all going to be helping each other. One of the things that I'm going to be teaching you how to do is how to invest this into real estate for income. Now, I'm going to give you a little formula that I created for myself, and you can use it too. It's all free. If you make, and I'm going to use myself, I have $11 million in money and coins in my account, right? I can't pull that all out at one time anyways, but as I pull it out, let's just say I pulled 200,000 out and I go and I buy a building. What am I doing? I'm paying cash for that building. It's an asset. It's a depreciable asset. The only thing that doesn't depreciate is land. Everything else depreciates according to the IRS. All right. So I'm going to give you a little hint there that's why we pay cash for these buildings. We're not going to do the Trump program where you mortgage and buy everything. That's crazy, crazy, crazy thinking. That's how you get into trouble. So we're going to keep you out of debt. We're going to show you how to find deals on land that you can turn around. You can buy duplexes, you can buy lakefront properties, and you can go into short-term rental. We're going to talk all about short-term rentals. We're going to talk about how to maximize your income from real estate, that your real estate investments are going to be paid for. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Pay attention. 49, pay attention now. If I have $11 million out here and I did pull it all out in one time, which I'm not going to do, because we'll talk about that. You're going to do this over time. You're going to be pulling out little chunks at a time. But if I pulled it all out, my taxable is 37%. I'm still going to have to pay 37. Now I'm going to have lots of deductions, so I'm going to get some huge checks back from the government. They're not going to like me, but they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay me back a little bit of that money. But in the meantime, I'm going to net $8.75 million. Now, what can I do with that? Over a period of time of investing into different opportunities, whether there's commercial real estate, strip malls, whether there's duplexes on islands, there's island development programs that we're going to be talking about a lot. There's a lot of opportunity out there, trust me. And you guys can get plugged into what we're doing as a consortium, and we'll say, hey, go here. This is what we need. Here's the bank account. Put so much in there. You're going to own X, and then your income's going to come back from that. We're going to talk all about that fun stuff. It is fun. All right, but here's the deal. I'm going to go back to my example. 49 properties or 49 investments on an average for me is going to generate, are you ready for this? $187,000 per month. Now, let's do the math, right? 187,000 per month in income from 49 properties. Do you see where I'm going with this? You're investing to create the monthly income for yourself that you'll be able to have no problem living at. 187,000 times 12 months. I'm at $2.2 million in income per year. It's like I win the lottery every year. Do you see where I'm going with this? So now, what can I do with a $2 million a year income? That's what I want everybody to take a look at. All right. What's my monthly income? What's my annual income? And what can I do with that? All right. Now I can help a lot of people. Right. Now I can even invest more. Right. With that money, I can go out and buy even more lakefront properties and rent them out, and they're paid for. So what do I care? Right. Now I can buy more commercial properties, and I can do more duplexes on islands, and all of the stuff I can do with that income. And my monthly income is going to do what? That's going to continue to go up, right? And then each year I'm buying more properties and buying more properties. At the end of the day, if you really, really wanted to, and you keep doing this, you're going to build this into what we call a generational wealth. It means that this is a business, a real business that you're going to pass down to family heirs that will continue to just keep this going, buying real estate, more income. We are blessed because our properties are going to be paid for. One of the formulas that I teach people is make sure you don't borrow money. Make sure you don't borrow money. We don't want to be beholden to the banks or mortgage companies. We want our properties to be paid for. Why? Because then our only debt is taxes, property taxes. All right. And everything else comes back to us. And then maybe some maintenance along the way. You got to do a roof every once in a while. Big deal. Guess what? I got the money. I got the monthly income to do the roof. I got the monthly income to maybe do a new blacktop driveway or whatever. You put in a pool. It doesn't matter. We have the monthly income to now do it. Does that make sense? So this is a preview to our consortium. We're going to call this our WIN, W-I-N consortium. So welcome to WIN consortium, where we're going to talk about opportunities. We're going to talk about how to do it. We're going to coach you for free. There's no magic to this. There's no reason that we have to charge each other to do this. We are friends, and and I see you as a friend and a colleague. And so we're going to form this consortium where we help each other. You're going to find opportunities. You're going to find deals that you can bring to the consortium and say, hey, what do you think of this? And we're all going to look at it. And we have what we call our due diligence. We can, I'll teach you how to do that. And we're going to look at that and say, yeah, that is actually a pretty good opportunity. Let's as a group, let's agree. What do we need to do to make that group, that opportunity happen? Well, because guess what? We have the money. So, and it just means more income for all of us. So that's where we're all going. Enjoy all of you, and I love all of you. And let's build out our consortium. And if you have somebody that you know that wants to be a part of this consortium, wonderful. If they're part of the XUSD and they want to be part of our consortium, you'll see on my shirt. This is a land of opportunity right here, Door County. In Wisconsin on Lake Michigan. We'll talk more about that as well. So there's lots of opportunity. Don't worry about that. And there's lots of room for people to get involved. So if you want to invite somebody to our consortium, not a problem. We're open. So we'll go from there. We'll talk soon.